Hey guys, it's me, Saget. I am back with another video, and we'll be doing a video on The Return of the Pumpkin Rabbit by Walton Files. So, with that being said, let's talk about the things basically the three things I wanted to get over is design, aesthetic, and the story. Now, the story is I'm not going to try to be too like detailed on what happens in the story, so you guys go watch it. What I will do is highlight basically three moments in a story that I want to talk about. Go over the designs of the whole cast and everything, what makes it look nice and aesthetic. So like the three story moments I want to go into, and I'm gonna press this: watch the video before you watch mine. I don't want to go for the whole story because I don't want to basically reveal the ending. Personally, I want you to go watch it to figure out the ending. But we'll go with three moments. So I expect you to watch this so I don't have to explain the story to you. If you didn't, sucks this up, bud. So let's go with the three moments I think makes this story really good. These story elements, and this just preface this for before I go into this. This is for horror videos and like videos in general on YouTube and stuff. Not for movies and anime. My concept will stick to what I did with the So Take One for anime movies. This is just for horror. I think this is the best way to talk about horror, and also make sure that the creator gets some love from this video and not be basically just steal the content and basically ruin the video. So I don't like that. I like to be more advertised in the video than basically just using a video and just talk about it. Anyways, three moments that make this thing good. We'll go over the bedroom scene, the the bedroom, the creepy bedroom scene, the Ralph scene, and the J scene. So let's go over the Ralph scene because that one happens for the story wise. So Ralph scene basically goes on in that scene is that the guy Ralph gets mad because his friends went to the house. Well, if you watched the video, you should know what I'm talking about. And basically throws the ball and gets mad, which is logical for a kid, you know. When your friends are doing dumb shit, you get kind of aggravated. So with that being said, he throws the ball and the ball bounces inside the pumpkin patch, which sad part about it is his ball is pumpkin themed. So it's not the best thing to be thrown into. So he goes there and ends up meeting his big rabbit. And this rabbit doesn't look all that right. Like he looks off. And basically Ralph Cincinnati decides to say, yeah, no, you can keep my ball. I'm out. So he runs and gets caught. By him stepping on the pumpkin, basically give enough time for the rabbit to get him and brutally maul him. What makes this scene so good, in my opinion, is that it's realistic in the sense that a kid would slowly start walking towards the rabbit, but as soon as rabbit starts off from the ball, would automatically start getting the feeling that something's not all right. Basically, how the bunny is cricking his neck into the side, and his arms just like one arm just laying there while the other arm's like holding the ball. Like it's like his body is like put together by like not the best things, you know, like his body's not fully there. Like it's not fully like perfect. There's small things for the human mind will automatically give you like like how the mind works in life is that like those like things that are close to being human but not gives you warning flags. So in this universe, I would assume something like that. Speaking of that, with the next scene. Next scene is Paco's scene. Well, basically, he falls for something I would call stupid. But again, he's a kid. If he's an adult, then I would make fun of him mercilessly. But as a kid, I can see why he would follow. This big duck decides to lead him. Which, if we had some light on it, you see blood on the duck and everything, which probably would have stopped Paco following him. But this duck tells Paco that he has someone to lead him, giving Paco some hope there's a way out to survive and to be safe and then just go home. So Paco follows and walks through his door, and the duck slams, and Duck says, the watermen were very bad people, which basically kind of just told Paco that his fate is sealed and he's gonna die. Which makes you kind of just it catches this moment where like feel hope for the kid. You feel hope that the kid's gonna make it out because this past mortal victim is gonna save him. And you get flipped on the head if it turns out the mortal victim is the reason why the kid's gonna die now. Because if he would have hit up Jay, his probably a chance he probably would have survived. So it makes you kind of just confused a little bit because you expecting a trope of like the kid saves the other kid from going for the same fate he went for, but it's complete opposite in this one. He actually causes the kid to get stuck in that room. In this room, there's a bunch of clowns and creepy old stuff like grandmas would keep in that thing. And you start hearing music, and the kid gets scared and backs up and bumps into something, and that thing bumps down and cracks. The light, basically after doing that, you can imagine what happens. The light goes off, and you hear the lamb start singing, specifically in a song called Hush Little Baby. Hush Little Baby is normally a very pleasant melody, very nice, calming. Makes you want to fall asleep, like let go of all your worries. Like when you were a kid and you heard that, you just wanted just to sleep. Like you knew everything would be fine. Nothing would stress you out. But how they use it in this one, it makes you feel like you have to all those worries come back, all the stress, all the fear, the anxiety, knowing that no matter what you do, you're stuck. You're not gonna be able to win out of this. So it just you feel bad for Packer, like knowing that he's not gonna win. Those he is already dead. Like at this point, hearing the lamb sing to him is basically just distance. And he makes mistake number two with this one is when the thing smashes, this thing puts his hand on it and grabs it. And he does a rookie mistake, looks under the bed, does not see anything. Which if he would have, he still probably would have died because the thing obviously could reach that far, probably could easily reach for him. So he decides, I'm gonna turn on the light because I can't see anything. Turns the light and we see the land behind him and it cuts off. Which I didn't like personally. I thought at least would like to see him get grabbed and then let go, but close enough. It was good. Music what got me, like it got me on edge, and then see that man basically kind of confirmed he was going down. Now, the best scene, I feel like the scene is what encapsulates why I think this is a at least in A tier, close to S tier, analog horror. Basically, we have Jay. Jay hides because she hears Ralph scream and knocks Kenny over. So the lamb, turns the TV off and tries to look for him. Basically knowing that they know they're gonna die. Now's the only time playing the sweetheart pretend. And we cut the Paco scene and they come back to Jay. Jay is hiding but has the door a little bit jarred open, which kind of hints that she's there. Like, we close doors. You don't keep jarred open, so no, that's mistake number three, but I get why she did it because you're trying to outlook. But this is where it gets creepy for me. This is what brings my spine. This is what gets me full on like terrified. And it's well basically we see Ralph's dead body used as a puppet. And that's what got me. It's just seeing his lifeless body beat and they speak his voice, basically showing that they can mimic voices. Or at least make a dead body once they kill it become a puppet for them. A tool to get the other ones. And obviously Jason Falfoot, which redeems her for to keep the door almost not fully closed. Basically makes me respect she on that point back. And knowing the bunny finally figure out she's not gonna fall for it. Basically forcefully open the door and she has to run for it. While that creates like a snake, like a thing that's like its bones are not boning. Like it's not like it's contorts inside the thing chasing at this child. Luckily, the child gives a fucking roundhouse kick upside its head, basically knocking the mask off, letting it escape, and knocking Dina downstairs. Why I like this scene so much is because Jay played the smartest, which she hid. She didn't trust some random fucking person. She didn't. She didn't, basically way outside by herself. She played it safe and hid, which is probably the best bet in this situation. And also, hid in a place where it's more harder to get to her. Like a place where she has the advantage. So, it makes you, it goes from terrified to hopeful that she might win. Because she's playing it as smart as possible and playing it as safe as possible. It's hard to explain. Makes you feel hopeful because she got away. She didn't, unlike the other two that just after the scene got killed. She got away, and it's hope that she might survive. But the scene before makes you also realize that these things are not just humans or something like a killer. They have some supernatural powers. So it also makes you creeped out knowing they could do the same to all these other kids. And also makes it more creepy to knowing that that duck was probably being controlled by them and was using the husk of the spirit to basically lead them to death. So that like I said, all creepy moments, and I feel like they all fit a different thing. Wealth was like the hopelessness of you're trapped, and it's basically it for you. Watching your death come closer to you. Well, Paco was basically him knowing that he is stuck. He is stuck in an area, and that area is again he doesn't have no advantage to it. He doesn't know what the lamb does, so he's against someone that knows advantage and also knows how to stalk the prey. So both scenes, both are feels of trap and hopelessness, but one's more creepy than the other times because the other one like you know they're gonna die. The other one like you feel like some hope, like he's gonna find a way out because he still has some room to jump out the window, so that. But sadly, he still gets got. The last scene is what makes me like it. Is to show that he's not as cliche. He's not as cliche as he makes it out to be. The first scenes are very cliche, like you get trapped, locked away, and you get killed. Jay basically escaped by knocking the mask off, showing that that has a weakness. It destroys the whole cliche that this powerful monster cannot be killed. It gives you hope that she's gonna find a way to win. So those three scenes are my favorite scenes from this. I enjoy all of them. So let's talk about design. Pumpkin Red design is fucking terrifying. Like, actually, like, just what the fuck? Who thought it's like crack? Because it is just nightmarish. How its body, like, it's almost like fold, like, you know, your fingers aim inwards. His arms are like shows are unhinged, kind of feels like, and his two hands are facing outwards, like he's ready to tear something open. And it's just terrifying. Like, if you look at his design, which I'm gonna probably put up a picture, it's like dusty old. And like you could tell like it's not been clean. It's like dots connected to it and everything. His teeth, like fucking piano keys. It's like he's kind of so like stuck. It's like obviously a mask. And it's just creepy to think about. Like it's just no. And it has a butcher outfit. Like it's supposed to be a suit, I get that. But like his like apron, it kinda looks like a fucking butcher's apron. So like you guys like it gives you a hint that he's gonna kill. And his hands are covered in like barbed wire, it feels like. Like it's like he's chained up, like he's a demon from hell. It just gives you that no, hell no feeling. So it's just not my cup of tea, personally. It's just like fuck no. And when his mask is knocked off, it's like its face. It's like it put the mask on to keep its face from like showing its true form of like a meaty, disformed creature. And it just creeps you the fuck out. It makes you feel like this thing should be dead. This thing should be sent to the bottom pits of hell. But now it gets a chance to harm people. And it already died once. It's only so much you could do. And it makes you feel just basically hopeless in the sense of like it's a monster that enjoys what it does. And the design of it just gives it that it's the butcher and it's looking for something to butcher. Like a prey. And sadly, these kids are the ones that are gonna get that treatment. Just basically a fuck now. Now, there's only one other kid that I feel like that we could talk about designs with, and that is the lamb. And the lamb is indeed fucking creepy. It's a big hell no again. It gives like the eyes don't. It's like how can I explain this? Like with demons have those go eyes. It makes it creeped out with the go eyes. Makes you like just not like hell no it. And how the horns betray it's like the horns come from its hair. And when it gets close to the kid, it like opens its mouth like it's trying to like get ready to bite. Like to bite into something. and it talks like a loving mother, but like it's also intent to harm. It gives you just a creepy feeling, and like how it just unlike the other one that's like ready to hunt, the other one's just she's so relaxed, so calm. How her body's positioned all the time. Like she knows she's gonna win. She has so much faith in that the bunny's gonna do what needs to be done. Or the pumpkin rabbit. It's a big hell no. And I think the eyes creep me out, and when that scene when the goat her mouth gets close to like the kid and just basically insistent on giving the kid candy, it just makes you just unnerved and creeped out. But that's over designs now. We got over the designs, and now it's time to talk about the fun part, the real meat and potatoes of the situation. Because I think the art designs, I could say, it's creepy. Is the duck's creepy too? I would say it was definitely like a. It felt like any kid that was killed by them would be deformed and stretched out, beyond belief. And it made you feel bad for the duck because no matter what the duck would try to do, the duck was being forced to lead these kids to death. And it just makes you feel completely bad for, it makes you completely bad for the people that died, like the clown design where the clown's head's twisted like its neck snapped, and the kid's forced to reach its hand inside its mouth. You hear like red and scrunchy sounds, basically confirming this is a dead body. It's like whatever kid they killed, its form just gets mutilated, gets stretched, gets just disgustingly fucked up, and it makes you feel terrible. And then, like another design they give is when the kids get like use the puppet, the claw marks that's something on Val's face, you just should be like his facial tail. It's like they sewed his face back on perfectly, showing that they can bend the rules of reality to the whim while they're in this area, the I guess the playground, the hell. And the last scene was with Paco. When they made Paco to a fucking scarecrow, I was like, oh hell no. Basically showing that they don't play. They are fucking sick in the fucking head. Those designs kind of show the feeling behind these characters, like the sick in the head that these kills are. They basically just before they kill the prey, just to torment them and traumatize them. It kind of makes you just each design just shows how fucking depraved they are, and that's what I liked about each kid. You could see how they died. Like the duck was just basically mutilated, like, obviously, but like the clown, his body was twisted and deformed. Like they didn't just kill him instantly. They didn't like the duck or that one. They just ended their lives. So like a Ralph, they just clawed him to death. They fucking used him as I guess as a part of the game, where they twist him into like a very crooked and messed up shape. Anyways, let's get on to the topic of aesthetic. Aesthetic feel and use it in the way he uses his art, the music, and the other things. Basically, how they use that and what things they did to make sure like you were scared, mad, or whatever, what feeling they're trying to portray. And this one's hard. So I think one from the one I could probably name right now that we got me kind of got the chills going for me was the beginning. And this is where it's kind of hard to explain, but the best way I could put it is if you were a kid that grew up in like the early 2000s or maybe the late 90s, I would say. There's a thing called a VHS. I know to the new generation this is a crazy idea, except because analog hall exists, they kind of kept it alive, unlike tape players and stuff like that. But it's still it's just creepy because the person that made it obviously knew how it actually like how to make it feel like it actually was a VHS. So, like when you put it one in, if it's like a kid cartoon, it'll be like a neighbor talking to you, and then feature presents, like all that stuff. Who's making it, all that. And it just felt creepy. And like during the whole thing you're watching, there's moments like it looks like the tape is beat up and abused. So, like, for example, it's one scene where Ralph is running, and it literally shows the tape have like someone let it melt a little bit. Like it's getting old. It's been played so many times, and that kind of aesthetic to it, it makes you feel like this is the actual real VHS. You're watching this happen, and in this universe, that means this VHS in this universe that it's happening. Someone was watching this multiple times to make it that point, or whatever reason, there could be a reason why it was being played multiple times. But either way, most likely what the reason was probably played in the police custody when they were trying to find out, in actual Walter finds he was fine where this person was at. Going for any media to see if anything there's some hint and stuff. So that is a little creepy. Like this person actually made it feel like most analog horror just use the effect of VHSs. They don't actually go full in on it. This is one of the first times I've seen someone actually go full on the feeling of VHS. Sometimes some people may do the sound effect at the beginning of the video to kind of make it sound like someone's pulling one in, but actually having the effects and they're like full on, like someone. It's like someone that has experience. So that aesthetic was really well done. And I think that's for what most analog horror, if they want to go with that style. Because now these days, analog horror is a broadened term. It's not like VHS specifically. It's like anything that's new horror, which I kind of hate. I wish it was like divided, like you could span them out, but nothing you do about it. So it's nice to see him actually embrace that. Like he goes full in on that. So I enjoyed that. Another thing that made it a little bit more creepier is the voice acting. The voice acting was really well done. Every actor played off the character really well. I have no complaints. Specifically, the lamb, or Mrs. Waterman, was terrifying because she gave off a very sweet, motherly voice, but you can hear the intention. Her voice was it was like not too obvious. The tension was there, but you had to listen and notice it. And I like that. I like things that was subtle. It's really nice. Only other thing I think I'd talk about with aesthetic was the music. The music that they used was three. It was the nursery rhyme with the lamb in the Paco scene. There was another scene where the kids basically go down to the thing and hear that music. I think that's there's only two. No, there's a third one. I feel like. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no third one. I don't think I imagine it, but that's life. The second scene though was basically like an old, I feel like an old 60s song, honestly. I have 90s. That was like a old one, which is common. Like, example, like 2000 kids listen to, like, 80s and 90s songs. It's just how it is. Like, a lot of people that from that generation, some of the few of them, because of the weird kids, would like listen to older music because maybe it has, quote unquote, for me, for example, I like a lot of old 90s songs because I feel like they have more emotion. They're not bland and motionless, just trying to make a quick buck. Then they feel like they actually have passion. But this one was creepy because how they used it was these kids walk into a thing called a funhouse and you hear it playing, and the thing that's near it's playing the music, it like you could tell it's been played. Like there's been scratch marks on that record. Makes it feel like creepy, like this ain't the first rodeo and this is gonna happen a lot of times. So this feels like this is where they lead the kids at to find, end their lives. So it just gave off a very creepy feeling. The music's really well done. It was used well. Like say the Paco scene I brought up, it was used enough that like they kind of made you feel creeped out and made you like it was trying to give off that feeling like where something that's normally cute is twisted into something that's like terrifying, unnerving. Because like you used to this being like something that calms you down, keeps you like feel safe. But how they use in this one, they made you feel unsafe, uncertain what's gonna happen. Like on the edge, you see, is Paco gonna survive? Is she gonna spare Paco? Is someone gonna help him? Like you don't know, and that's what makes it really interesting. So yeah, that's all. I think a lot of like I think the art style that we design. I mentioned designs all done well, but the aesthetic of the designs were really good. Like the hints of that they were specifically the bunny is wearing a mask was really well done, and when they finally got to see that unmasking, it was really creepy. So aesthetic wise, puff score. Anyways, guys, other than that, I think that's a good way to wrap it up. If you guys got any suggestions on the next video I do, I think I have one in mind, but I like your suggestions because I can see some new things. Either way, Usagi out.